Happy Devils Tuesday. This is the Woo Report, episode 70. I'm your host, Sam Woo, streaming live on Facebook Live, Twitter, Periscope, YouTube Live, and Twitch on the Primetime Radio Network. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Devils take on the Boston Bruins again. And you got to think that the Boston Bruins want to take one from the New Jersey Devils after what Mac Black did the other night and the referees and the situation room getting it right twice, which only happens every once in a while. Should be a big game tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern start. Let's Go Devils podcast postgame will be on afterwards. Scotty and I are on deck, possibly Shorts Guy. All right, so let's update Nico Hischier's progress. Lindy Ruff said he resumed physical last week, and while Ruff didn't put a date on Hischier's potential return to the lineup, he's hoping to have him back sooner rather than later. They'll check on his status once the team gets back from its road trip tomorrow. So no Nico Hischier tonight, but he's going to come back soon. And that's going to be a big lift for the New Jersey Devils as the team he's coming back to can actually kill penalties, just like that 4-minute double minor against the big bad Boston Bruins the other night. And even though they're just still ranked bottom of the league, that penalty kill percentage is starting to go up. And they're taking less bad penalties as well. And as a result, fewer chances means fewer results of power play goals for the other team. And I think that's good. I think that's real good. This coming Monday will mark 3 weeks since Hischier's surgery from his sinus fracture, and that was the timeline for his return to play, says Chris Ryan of NJ.com. If you haven't subscribed to his text messages, please do. It's very helpful. It actually helps me do this podcast. Also, something I don't understand, not that I'm complaining about, but Governor Murphy has decided that The Rock, or those venues of 10,000 more, I think, capacity, 5,000 more capacity, will open up at 20% capacity of fans. This is good news for New Jersey Devils fans, as there's only a handful of games left. April, there's plenty of tickets. Go get them. And please, be safe about it. Be smart about it. The reason why I say that is I also saw a report saying that New York and New Jersey has the highest per capita of COVID, increasing COVID rates, whatever that means. But they're opening it up, but still we have to be careful. But I think the Devils have shown, after being there on the first night, have shown that they can follow protocol, keep the physical distance, and they've made things a lot more efficient at the Prudential Center, also known as The Rock. I like the online version of ordering and picking up. Like when you go to Dunkin', you order your iced coffee, your warm coffee, your iced tea, whatever, and it's just sitting there waiting for you. All of a click of an app. Pretty cool. Things are good. Things are looking pretty well for the New Jersey Devils. Yeah, the other day, Chico and I were talking. He asked, which one of these guys could be a 10, 20, 30 goal scorer? How would, which one do you think? Which one of these rookies do you think, has that potential? And, I talked about Sharon Govich. It kind of reminds me of Yuri Bisic about 15, 20 years ago. If anybody remembers that name. Just plenty of firepower, plenty of speed. Always seems to know where the puck is. The only difference is those two played in a different era. Bisic was about 5'10", 175, I think, way back when. Sharon Govich, 6'1", I think over 200 pounds, so he has a little bit more size. So Chico and I were going back and forth over text about that. But also, I think Goose is cooked. Same with Janssen. There's not really a spot for Nikita Gusev, which kind of sucks because we all had high hopes. I mean, heck, we had a really good breaking news podcast about that, about Nikita Gusev, what he brought to the table coming from the KHL. But right now, trade deadline. This is the time for Tommy Fitzgerald to start making deals, with Kyle Palmieri being the hottest commodity right now. But the Devils are selling. The Devils are selling. Even though they're making improvements, they are selling, especially if the right deal comes about. And this will expedite the rebuild. Getting more draft picks. Higher quality draft picks for higher quality veterans that are on their contract year. Kyle Palmieri is one of them. Zajac, on the other hand, look, he's doing so well with Sharon Govich and Yanni Kokkonen. You may want to keep him there. Not sure yet, but what can you get for Travis Zajac? Sorry, I missed the button there. Kulikov. Matt Freudenberger writes in the Facebook Live, Kulikov's name has been mentioned. Yes. And I'll tell you what can you get out of Kulikov? Not so sure, but keep stockpiling them. Keep stockpiling it. Because right now, the way the New Jersey Devils have been drafting, especially in the first round recently, let's go back 2015, Pavel Zacha, although you can make the argument of Matthew Barzal, but 2016, Mikey McLeod, 2017, Nico Hischier, 2018, Ty Smith, 2019, Jack Hughes, is what Kevin Clark would say. In 2020, Alexander Holtz, who I believe is having some problems. But you know what? Not being utilized is what some are saying about his coach right now. Dawson Mercer looks awesome. Dawson Mercer, if he turns out to be who we think he could be, man, did they just get one right from the Rangers. Because they need a centerman right now. And Mukwe Doolin, how are you doing? Hey, some potential there. Shakir and Kevin Ball pairing one day, 4 years from now. With Mackenzie Blackwood and that would be a big lineup, and that's no understatement. These are big boys. And the Devils do need to get bigger. And they have a handful of talented players. The problem is, who is the one that's going to make the impact for the New Jersey Devils? Impact players. Excuse me. Impact players win big games. I think Sharon Govich is an impact player so far, early in his career. in the NHL. Kokkonen, not bad. But right now, at some point, as what Tom Fitzgerald's looking for, he's got a lot of trade pieces. But who can he bring in? What draft pick could he bring in and flip it and turn it into an impact player? Ty Smith is an impact player. My goodness, we were all wondering what happened to him a couple training camps ago. But that second half of the season last year, as what Chico Resch alluded to last summer, he really turned things around. Ty Smith really turned things around. Then the pause. Then he comes into training camp, wins a roster spot, earned a roster spot. And boy, is he leading the defense offensively. Now, Will Butcher, I'll tell you, I had high hopes for him. I still think he's a good player, but I think Seattle will be calling. Seattle will be calling the expansion draft. I'm just making assumptions that he would be exposed. Likely he would be exposed. Don't you hate expansion drafts? I know the owners love it. Is why? Initiation fee. Oh yeah. There's plenty of dough in that. Especially during a pandemic. And why don't you sign all those TV contracts while you're at it and not make it non-exclusive? You got your ESPN deal. Hey, by the way, ESPN, I hope you guys follow my lead. And I'm talking you, the viewers. Talk it up. Talk it up. We want Gary Thorne and Bill Clement back. I know I do. I know Shorts Guy does. You know, after Doc Emmerich retired, it would be nice to hear them. And they're not getting any younger. Get it done, ESPN. Get it done. Matt Freudenberger writes, I'm surprised I haven't heard any trade rumors about Butcher. Yeah, you know what? I think, I don't know, for whatever odd reason, I think and this is just a gut feeling, I think he's going to be taking an expansion draft. Attractive young player with experience, could help a young franchise. I also think Ron Francis somehow is going to pull Rod Brindamore out of Carolina, his coaching duties, be reunited with his friend, former teammate, Rod Francis. As you know, they all played in Carolina. But I think Rod Brindamore would be the best coach for the Seattle Kraken. That's my opinion. Mark it down. You heard it here on the Woo Report, episode 70. But let's just not talk about the Kraken. Let's not talk about Carolina. Let's talk about tonight's game. Will Bauman says Bombs is getting traded. Of course he is. Well, let's talk about tonight's game. Devils play the Bruins. If the Devils can pull off another win here, 4 out of 6 on this road trip. The 2 losses against the Capitals. You know, they'll eventually figure out the Caps. But let's take it one game at a time. As I said the other night, I think the difference between the Capitals and the Boston Bruins is Chara actually being a Capital, which is, how did that happen? Barry writes, woo! Yep. YouTube Live, you haven't been chatting. So I haven't been responding to you guys, but I like YouTube Live as well. Boy, this is kind of an extended edition of the Woo Report. It's good to see everybody. Nice weather today. 7 p.m. Eastern start. Devils Bruins. Let's Go Devils podcast post game afterwards. Barry says we got Boston running scared. Oh, you betcha. You betcha they're scared. I'd be scared. There's a goalie called Mac Black. Blackout. We want a blackout shutout again? Hey, did anybody see the meme out there yesterday? Immaculate. Thank you for all those nice responses of that. Please share, copy, paste the link for any Devils fan to see. Alrighty. This is the Woo Report. Till next time, let's go Devils.